Limburg, Dutch and Limburgish. Limburg, French. Limburg is the southernmost of the 12 provinces of the Netherlands. It is in the southeastern part of the country, stretched out from the north, where it touches the province of Gelderland, to the south, where it borders the Walloon province of Liege. Its long eastern boundary is the international border with the German state of North Rhine-Westphalia, while on the west the southern part borders the Flemish province of Limburg, with much this border running along the river Maas, and its northern part has North Brabant to its west. Limburg's major cities are the provincial capital Maastricht in the south, Roermond in the middle, and Venlo in the north, all upon the Meuse River. In South Limburg, there are also urban agglomerations at Sittard-Geleen and Parkstad Limburg, which includes the city of Heerlen. Limburg has a highly distinctive character. The social and economic trends that affected the province in recent decades generated a process of change and renewal which has enabled Limburg to transform its peripheral location into a highly globalized regional nexus, linking the Netherlands to the Ruhr metro area and the southern part of the Benelux region. A less appreciated consequence of this international gateway location is rising international crime, often drug-related, especially in the southernmost part of the province. Name: Limburg's name derives from the fortified castle town known as Limburg, situated on the river Vestry near the Hyphen, now in the Belgian province of Liege. It was the seat of the medieval Duchy of Limburg. None of present-day Limburg was part of this duchy, which had its northern border along what is the modern southern border of South Limburg. South Limburg in the Middle Ages was mainly made up of the lands of Valkenburg, Dalhem, and Herzogenrath, which under the rule of the Duchy of Brabant came to be known collectively as the lands of Overmaas. The Duchy of Limburg also came under Brabantine control in 1288 after the Battle of Waringen, and the holdings of Brabant evolved into the Burgundian Netherlands. By 1473, the lands of Overmaas and the Duchy of Limburg formed one unified delegation to the States General of this polity, and are considered from that point on to be one loosely defined province. Hence both the terms Overmaas and Limburg came to be used loosely to refer to this one political province of the so-called 17 provinces. The connection to Limburg was recalled in the 19th century when the new United Kingdom of the Netherlands desired a new name for the province after the defeat of Napoleon. The French Empire had reformed the region, along with Belgian Limburg, trying to remove all links to the old medieval-based aristocracy, or ancient regime, from the names of its départements. History. For centuries, the strategic location of the current province made it a much-coveted region among Europe's major powers. Romans, Habsburg, Spaniards, Prussians, Habsburg Austrians and French have all ruled parts of Limburg. For long periods of history the region was not united under the same rule. The first inhabitants of whom traces have been found were Neanderthals who camped in South Limburg. In Neolithic times flint was mined in underground mines, including one at Reykholt that is open to visitors. In Roman times Limburg was thoroughly Romanized and many existing towns and cities were founded, including Mosa Trajectum and Cora Ovalum. Bishop Servatius introduced Christianity in Roman Maastricht, where he died in 384. After the Romans had departed, the Franks took charge, and the area flourished under their rule. Charlemagne had his palace in nearby Aachen. After the partition of the Frankish Empire, what is now Limburg belonged, like the rest of the Netherlands, to the Holy Roman Empire. By the late Middle Ages, Limburg's territory was mainly divided between the Duchy of Brabant, Duchy of Gelderland, Duchy of Jülich, the Principality of Liege and the Prince-Bishop of Cologne. These dukes and bishops were nominal subordinates of the Emperor of the Roman Empire, but in practice acted as independent sovereigns who were often at war with each other. These conflicts were often fought in Limburg, contributing to its fragmentation. In the early modern era, Limburg was largely divided between Spain, Prussia, the Republic of the Seven United Netherlands, the Principality of Liege and many independent small fiefs. In 1673, Louis XIV personally commanded the siege of Maastricht by French troops. During the siege, one of his brigadiers, Charles de Batz-Castelmore d'Artagnan, perished. He subsequently became known as a major character in The Three Musketeers by Alexandre Dumas. Père. Limburg was also the scene of many a bloody battle during the 80 Years' War, in which the Dutch Republic threw off Habsburg Spanish rule. At the Battle of Muckheda, two brothers of Prince William of Orange-Nassau and thousands of Dutch mercenaries lost their lives. Most Limburgians fought on the Spanish side, being Catholics and hating the Calvinist Hollanders. Following the Napoleonic era, the great powers united the region with the new Kingdom of the Netherlands in 1815. A new province was formed which was to receive the name Maastricht after its capital. The first king, William I, who did not want the name Limburg to be lost, insisted that the name be changed to Province of Limburg. As such, the name of the new province derived from the old Duchy of Limburg that had existed until 1648 on the southern borders of the new province. When the Catholic and French-speaking Belgians split away from the mainly Calvinist northern Netherlands in the Belgian Revolution of 1830, the province of Limburg was at first almost entirely under Belgian rule. However, by the 1839 Treaty of London, the province was divided in two, with the eastern part going to the Netherlands and the western part to Belgium, a division that remains today. With the Treaty of London, what is now the Belgian province of Luxembourg was handed over to Belgium and removed from the German Confederation. To appease Prussia, which had also lost access to the Meuse after the Congress of Vienna, the Dutch province of Limburg was joined to the German Confederation between September 5, 1839 and August 23, 1866 as Duchy of Limburg. On the 11th of May 1867, the duchy, which from 1839 on had been de jure a separate polity and personal union with the Kingdom of the Netherlands, was reincorporated into the latter with the Treaty of London, though the term Duchy of Limburg remained in some official use until February 1907. Another idiosyncrasy survives today. The head of the province, referred to as the King's Commissioner in other provinces, is addressed as Governor in Limburg. The Second World War cost the lives of many civilians in Limburg, and a large number of towns and villages were destroyed by bombings and artillery battles. Various cemeteries, too, bear witness to this dark chapter in Limburg's history. Almost 8,500 American soldiers, who perished during the liberation of the Netherlands, lie buried at the Netherlands American Cemetery and Memorial in Margraten. Other big war cemeteries are to be found at Overloon, and the East Zeltsten German War Cemetery was constructed in the municipality of Venray for the 31,000 German soldiers who lost their lives. According to the research of Herman van Rens, the residents of Limburg were especially active in hiding local and refugee Jews during the Holocaust, to the extent that the Jewish population even increased during the war. Jews in hiding were 3 times as likely to survive in Limburg as in Amsterdam. In December 1991, the European Community held a summit in Maastricht. At that summit, the Treaty on European Union, or so-called Maastricht Treaty, was signed by the European Community member states. With that treaty, the European Union came into existence. Anthem Limburg Mijn Vaderland is the official anthem of both Belgian and Dutch Limburg. Language. Although Standard Dutch is the official language, and the language most used, Limburg has its own language, called Limburgish. It has been an official regional language since 1997, and it receives moderate protection under Chapter 2 of the European Charter for Regional or Minority Languages. The Dutch, German, and Belgian governments do not recognize it as an official language. Limburgish is spoken by an estimated 1.6 million people in Dutch Limburg, Belgian Limburg, and Germany. There are many different dialects of Limburgish. Almost every town and village has its own. Dialects in the southeast are closer to Ripuarian and are sometimes classified as Southeast Limburgish. Even within the cities of Venlo and Maastricht, very different dialects separated by major isoglosses continue to exist. Politics. The provincial council has 47 seats, and is headed by a King's Commissioner that is uniquely among Dutch provinces called the governor. While the provincial council is elected by the inhabitants, the governor is appointed by the King and the Cabinet of the Netherlands. Since 2011 the governor has been Theo Bovens. Since the 2011 elections the Christian Democratic Appeal was the largest party in the council, although the Party for Freedom won the most votes during the election. However, 2 members of the PVV left the party, taking their seats with them, which lost the PVV their number 1 status. Since the 2015 elections the CDA has again been the largest party, followed by the PVV and the Socialist Party. The province's daily affairs are taken care of by the provincial executive, which are also headed by the governor. Its members can be compared with ministers. States provincial results of the elections for the states provincial. See also States of Limburg. Provincial executive. The provincial executive 2015 to 2019 consists of the following parties: CDA, SP, VVD, D66 and PVDA. Geography. Unlike the rest of the country, the southern part of Limburg is quite hilly. The highest mountain in the continental Netherlands, the Valseberg, is situated at Vals, where 3 countries border each other at the so-called three-country point. Limburg's main river is the Meuse, which passes through the province's entire length from south to north. Limburg's surface is largely formed by deposits from the Meuse, consisting of river clay, fertile loessile soil and large deposits of pebblestone, currently being quarried for the construction industry. In the north of the province, further away from the riverbed, the soil primarily consists of sand and peat. Limburg makes up one region of the International Organization for Standardization World Region Code System, having the code ISO 3166-2 NILI. Municipalities. The province of Limburg has 33 municipalities. Cities from north to south: Gennep, Venray, Weert, Venlo, Roermond, Sittard, Geleen, Heerlen, Valkenburg, Kerkrade, Vals, Maastricht. Economy. In the past peat and coal were mined in Limburg. In 1965–75 the coal mines were finally closed. As a result, 60,000 people lost their jobs in the 2 coal mining areas, Heerlen Kerkrade Brunsum and Sittard Geleen. A difficult period of economic readjustment started. The Dutch government partly eased the pain by moving several government offices to Heerlen. The state-owned corporation that once mined in Limburg, DSM, is now a major chemical company, still operating in Limburg. In 2002 DSM sold its petrochemical division to SABIC of Saudi Arabia. In 2010 the agro and melamine business groups were sold to Orascom Construction Industries. Sabic and OCI are located on the Chemelot campus in Sittard Geleen, which is bounded by the Chemelot Industrial Park, one of Western Europe's biggest industrial sites. At this moment 6,500 people work at Chemelot, of which 1,000 are active at the campus. The Innovation and Licensing Division Stamicarbon of DSM was sold in 2009 to Maire Technomont, the parent company of an engineering, main contracting and licensing group that operates worldwide in the oil, gas and petrochemicals, power, infrastructure and civil engineering sectors. Stamicarbon is based in Sittard Geleen. Other industries include a car factory, OCE acute copiers and printers manufacturers in Venlo and a paper factory in Maastricht. There are 4 beer breweries. Southern Limburg has long been one of the country's 2 main fruit-growing areas, but over the last 4 decades, many fruit-growing areas have been replaced by water as a result of gravel quarrying near the Meuse. Tourism is an essential sector of the economy, especially in the hilly southern part of the province. The town of Valkenburg is the main center. In 2005, the two provincial newspapers, Der Limburger and Limburgs Dagblad, merged. Culture. Essential elements in Limburgian culture are music, religion, folklore, carnival, sports, of which especially bicycle racing and soccer are most popular, art. Music. Choral singing is popular in Limburg. One of its best-known choruses is the Maastrichter Star, which performs nationally and internationally. Every 4 years the World Music Contest, a competition for professional, amateur and military bands sometimes called the Olympic Games of Brass Band Music, is held in Kerkrade. In 2013 and 2009 the winner in the World Concert Division was the Koninklijke Harmonie St. Cecile from Isden. Also held in Kerkrade is the Schlager Festival, a nationally broadcast event presenting singers of German-language pop music called Schlagers. Since 1969, yearly on the Pentecost weekend, an international pop music festival called Pinkpop Festival takes place in the southern part of Limburg, initially at Geleen, since 1988 at Scheesburg. More nationally or internationally known musicians from this province are mentioned here under in section Famous Limburgians. The Limburg Symphony Orchestra, that resided and rehearsed in Maastricht, and was the oldest symphony orchestra of the Netherlands following elimination of government grants, merged with Het Brabants Orkest to form a single ensemble with the new name of the Philharmonies Oud-Nederland, as of April 2013. Folklore. Many places in both Netherlands and Belgium Limburg still have their own citizen force. Yearly there's a festival, in which all 160 of them compete for the highest honors to be gained, in their ols, which is held in either a place in Belgium Limburg or in Netherlands Limburg. Sports. Football. In Limburg there are currently 4 professional football clubs: Roda JC Kerkrade, VVV Venlo, MVV Maastricht and Fortuna Sittard. Roda JC Kerkrade competes in the highest Dutch division, the Eredivisie. The others compete in the second highest division. Cycling. The annual bike classic Amstel Gold Race is run in the southern part of Limburg. The area has also staged the UCI Road World Championships 6 times, once hosted by Heerlen and 5 times by Valkenburg. Handball team. Handball is the third most popular sport in Limburg. The women's team, HV Swift Roermond, has won the national championship in the highest division 19 times. Famous Limburgians. Politics, science, other entertainment, arts, sports, nature. In 2012, from April 5 till October 7, the 10-yearly World Horticulture Expo, Floriade, was held in Venlo. Nationally and internationally known are nature films and nature television series produced by film director Maurice Nijssen and nature protector Joe Erkins.